Fuck.
You already recorded?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I can edit.
Yeah, you go ahead and do your shit. I'll set it up.
I can edit this out.
Or maybe keep it. We don't know yet. So you have to...
Give it that woman's touch.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck on
yeah.
here.
Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Dude, that's perfect right there. Hey. Pound of weed. I wish. Don't fucking do that shit.
Dude, I think this is running out, maybe.
Stop aiming it at your steering wheel. If it's running out, then it's fucking shit's for us. And then grab the extra shit. Little thing. Alright. My bad. Here on our channel, we do dabs and don't realize that the camera is falling backwards in reviews. Hell yeah.
So we just saw Ant-Man. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Also known as Ant-Man 2. Probably.
I mean, I'd think so.
That's what
It's falling in. I don't know how to keep that. Woo! Ah! Why did I do that?
Yeah, fuck.
Fix this camera.
So this movie it's very dumb in a very fun way. It's
Shit! Take this. Why can't you just... Damn, boy. Okay. That looks like it's working.
This movie is the dumb, fun, superhero comedic blockbuster 2018.
Yeah, I was about to say, of 2018, yeah. I think out of all the Marvel movies, Thor Ragnarok was the funniest. So far.
Is that the third?
Yeah. Then you haven't
I
seen
haven't
it yet?
seen that one. I've
Oh
only
my
seen
God.
the first two, and they suck.
Oh,
First two Thor movies?
dude, there was so much
bad.
comedy in the third one. Oh my god. We have
Really?
to watch that, yeah.
Yeah,
It's so
dude,
much. Yeah.
There's a few of them I haven't seen. I've seen most of them. Yeah, dude, get that dab. Dab on them haters.
I'm glad I didn't miss any of the movie this time.
What'd you think? So this is the second time I've seen this movie. I saw it alone by myself first time in Dolby. Got the A-list, so it's the same price. Just free for me. It's very nice. We just saw it in digital this time. What do you think?
I liked it overall. I feel like I wish they had touched up a little bit, like even like a brief explanation on how.
Fuck. I'm fucking this up. Oh. Brandon, help.
Cut. Don't touch it.
This is so jank. You liked it overall?
I liked it overall, but I wish they had given like even a brief, like a little explanation on how she was surviving. in the in the void.
Yeah, well, that's a nitpick. I mean, this movie is very dumb. You really just have to roll with the science because it's very Star Trek style technobabble where you know and the script writers know that this is nonsense what they're saying. It's very like, oh, the quantum entanglement, you're entangled quantumly, and oh, we need these quantum coils to quantum resize in the quantum realm. It's like, I mean, they pointed
so much quantum.
They pointed out in the movie. They're like Paul Rudd's character, like half of his lines in the first part of the movie are just pointing out the flaws in the script, preempting or responding to
Dude,
what
if we just put a fucking
they imagine.
shoe up there. This works.
You interrupted me.
I'm sorry.
Half this movie is, or half of Paul Rudd's dialogue in the first half of this movie is just him. The scriptwriters apologizing for the flaws in the script. Basically, it's them pointing it out. So you have to give them point just because it's like we're acknowledging the flaws.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Paul.
Oh man.
It's like, well, do you guys just add quantum in front of everything? It's like, yes, they do do that. Every word can have quantum in front of it, and it's a real thing. Just oh, you know my favorite thing about the very miniature world. Not subatomic, but right before subatomic is the tardigrade realm. Yeah. They're orange in the movie. Just it's like, damn, those tardigrades are fucking violent. They are bloodthirsty little suckers. I thought they'd be more passive.
Like, oh, this is a weird thing. Let's stay away from it. But
No,
they were like, no, I'm gonna fucking eat you. Like,
just
looking like a snack.
fuck. Okay. I'm just thinking on what to say next. We can put jump cuts in here, so it's okay.
Yeah. Penis. Why are you like buckled up?
I don't know.
We gotta put that part in the video. We have to use that.
So what are your favorite parts about the movie?
Okay, so I don't know. I think the scene that stood out to me the most was, it wasn't just like one scene, it was all the like car chasing scenes.
Oh, it.
Because they were like shrinking and growing in the process
of
like escaping.
Those are definitely.
You're doing it again because it's starting to bubble up right here. Oh wait, no, that's part of the steering wheel. I'm done.
Yeah, Brandon, fuck off.
Well, that's like really interesting to me. Just like how in The Incredibles 2, the motorcycle chase scene kind of stood out the most to me too, because of all the different like techniques there were.
I definitely love me a chase scene. That's
a lot of fire.
Dude, yeah, this is. Holy shit.
Oh, it turns everything red. Oh, there's ashes everywhere. You're burning it. You're literally burning it.
Why is that happening?
No, you're... That is burning. Wipe it off.
Is it burning? I don't think so.
No.
It's coming from this.
Yeah, because you keep cooling it. You need to not take hits from it. You're rapid cooling and rapid heating it.
Fuck.
You're gonna fuck up my fucking nail, and it's the only one I have. I already had fucking Raven and Drake's animal fuck up my first one.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm a beginner dabber.
Do you want me to just heat it up for you?
Okay.
Or do you want me to take the hit?
No, heat it up for me.
This is how masters do.
Oh, so maybe it wasn't me.
Did you put it against oil before you started heating it up?
No.
Because there's a ton of oil in it.
I put it into oil, so I think it's just in it.
Yeah. Man, what have you done? We have to smoke all of this out.
What'd you say your favorite part was?
The chase scenes.
Oh yeah, no, the climax of this movie is just... It's a classic three-way chase between the minor bad guy team, the good guy team, the Ant-Man, Wasp, Hank, and the sort of villain team with Ghost and Lawrence Fishburne. It's like they're...
Oh. I'm gonna try to take a dab. You can try. Try quickly.
Oh shit.
Because obviously it didn't get very hot. Try like, you can't heat it up anymore in that we're out of liquid.
We are?
Yes,
Fine.
that's why, okay, you just wasted your one chance. You want to fill up your car with ashes. You're living very much on the edge. Alright, go ahead and continue. Well, okay, so I particularly enjoyed the car chase scenes. What was your favorite part or parts of the movie?
I'm
gonna try to.
I thought they handled the tone very well.
Like, what do you mean?
I like that. Holy fuck. I gotta stop coughing before I can talk.
Bitch ass flame.
It's a weak ass flame, my dude.
Look at this weak ass flame. Okay. Alright, let's just fucking try this.
That's not acceptable. Okay. Are we ready to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I like most about Marvel movies is how they let each film and film series have its own tone and, mood.
Yeah.
Like, like Guardians of the Galaxy versus what, like...
Captain America.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel doesn't really do, like, super dark, edgy movies. It's more DC's ballpark right now.
Oh, yeah.
And they're fucking it up real bad. I haven't seen, like, any recent DC movies except... I think Man of Steel was the last one I saw. Because it's just like, okay, they're just... After I saw them, it's like... I have no faith in the current DC team. Like, Zack Snyder, Christopher Nolan, whoever else they got, I don't know. And it's just... It's not working. I mean, I know you like Suicide Squad. I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, it's just...
A lot of people didn't like it.
I have no faith in DC right now. They need to go back to fucking Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Batman Begins, Dark Knight.
They need to go back to Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
He's the one that directed those.
No.
Wasn't it him
It's fucking Christopher Nolan.
that directed them?
Michael Bay did not direct Dark Knight.
Oh my god. Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, bro. Michael Bay.
Oof.
Didn't-
Oh wait,
Why-
Michael Bay. That's why I thought. I was
Why-
thinking of Michael Bay because we talked about him earlier.
Why do you think those movies are good?
Stop.
Michael Bay, if Michael Bay directed them, they
Stop.
would not be good.
I know.
movies,
I
bro.
realized why he was in my mind.
This is what I have to deal with.
Fuck you, boy.
But yeah, like, what is like the darkest Marvel series or character that they have?
The character is obviously Batman.
That's decent. I mean,
Oh wait, you said Marvel.
yeah.
Well, I'm currently burning my leg against the hot end of this torch.
This video is gonna have a lot of jump cuts. We're
Yeah.
really high.
I feel like if you look more into the undertone of Captain America's entire story, his is like kind of the darkest. But then again, after Civil War, knowing Tony's story, his is kind of dark too, but he's also a lot more humorous.
It probably would have to be the Avengers, like all the big team up movies, like Civil War, Infinity War. What was like the other one?
Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that one. I didn't really care for that one that much. Those ones usually have. The first Avengers one was pretty lighthearted, but they kind of just keep getting more and more heavier as you would expect, as it goes on, they're building up the drums,
Yeah.
building
their ults.
building up the baddies, building up the suspense, and the danger, the threat.
Oh yeah.
So now you have, Thanos, who is the ultimate big bad for right now until they make a bigger one.
Oh, dude, okay. At the very end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was thinking to myself, I was like, if this is after Infinity War, then is no one, like, around him really affected by any of that? And then, like, the very end, I was like, oh, that's where it happens.
Dude,
Yeah, I was thinking for a minute, like, okay, this didn't actually happen.
I do like
that.
This is a very standalone movie, even though Ant-Man is an Avenger or ex-Avenger, I guess.
I think he's like a call-in, because obviously he's going to be in the next Avengers movie. Something's going to happen for Spider-Man. Spider-Man to come.
He left the Avengers in Civil War, right? Because he joined Captain America's side.
Yeah.
I saw that once. I don't really remember much of what happens in that movie, because Marvel movies are now the Marvel
Cinematic. They run a lot of stuff in one movie.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe now is basically like the closest one-to-one recreation of comic books we have. Absolutely, like they're really like comic books
and
now.
All the shows and shit they got on Netflix.
And that means there's a lot to get through. So there's a lot to miss, and I have missed some of it.
Oh, I haven't watched any of Shield, or like.
I don't think you.
Even some of the stuff on Netflix I haven't watched.
I don't think you really have to watch that stuff. That's just like the side. That's like the B stuff.
Yeah.
The side stuff. I haven't really watched much of that stuff either. I'm not really that interested.
Dude, I think the next Marvel movie that comes out is going to be the next Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And then after that is...
I'm looking forward to that one.
I think after that was Guardians 3.
Looking forward to that one too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and then what happened?
Cap came off.
What the fuck?
It's not on very tight.
There's also Miss Marvel coming out.
I don't even really know.
Neither do I.
About.
But you saw Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
So at the very end, the signal that fuck, I can't think of his name right now. That Samuel Jackson was putting out. Nick Fury, yeah. The thing that he was sending out was to the Miss Marvel, and she has a movie coming out, and apparently, like, I'm assuming that she's just gonna be like a good part of something, or maybe she's gonna be like the reason everything comes back and is able to take out Thanos. I don't know. I never read the comics. I'm a scrub.
I think it's gonna be Squirrel Girl.
What?
That's just something I've seen online.
Is it real?
Apparently Squirrel Girl defeats Thanos in the comics or something. With her power of squirrels.
What the
and
fuck?
You never learn how.
Dude, what the fuck?
Dude, comics are fucking weird.
Oh, you stopped very fast.
What the fuck?
He was like flying by us and then just stopped right there.
Yeah, I don't read comics.
I do, but I just don't have time to, and I don't have any of my own. I'd have to borrow them.
Dude, we gotta get back to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh yeah, dude. Oops.
So, they use a lot of CGI youngening in this movie, and CGI is getting really good.
Yeah.
It's like you do notice it, but subtly. Like it's not really distracting. It's just more of like, I know this is CGI, but it's good. It's like, okay, it's like I can accept this as real. Like I can roll with it. Like it's very good. It's, in like 10 years, it's like, are you even going to be able to tell the difference? Like,
Yeah.
you use it on Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. What's his real name?
I don't know. We'll look it up. My phone's been dead since 2
Scott.
o'clock.
His name's Scott.
Since Scott?
Yeah. Scott. He's on Paul Rudd. And it's kind of hard to describe it because his face looks very sharp. Very, like, digitally sharp. But not in a distracting way. I think it's well done.
Mm-hmm.
So I give it a pass. I know CGI artists are being overworked in Hollywood, and that's why a lot of movies kind of have shit CGI now, even though we can do really good stuff. But I think this movie it probably helps that it has a really B hero. Like he's basically a sidekick
Yeah.
hero.
And like
But-
the movie kind of gives you that feeling. Still,
Yeah, he is an Avenger. Back to what we were talking about before. He is an Avenger technically, or ex-Avenger, or whatever. I don't know. But this movie's not really about that. They mention it, just to remind you, like, yeah, he is in the Avengers, in case you forgot. And they were doing all that shit with Civil War in
mentioning
Germany.
Captain America a lot.
Yeah, well, like twice.
Well, there's a few more.
Yeah,
Too. Like seven
with
or eight.
with the love interest, Hope. He's like, so I was talking with the Cap, and she's like, Cap? Is like, Captain America. Yeah, that's what we call him.
That's what his friends call him.
Avengers. Yeah, that's what his friends call him. He's like, this movie is funny.
Mm-hmm.
I do the main comedy relief character, the Hispanic guy, the comedian guy.
Yeah,
like,
I don't remember his name.
His type of character, like the really like, oh hey, let's go, type of character.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how racist that
Like,
was.
He's super enthusiastic.
Yeah, super enthused, super kind of just like says what's happening in like a funny way, or just like in a, he's like, oh, it's like we're getting smaller now. It's like, it's like, don't hit me, Rock. I don't want to die. It's like he got bigger. It's like, oh, he didn't die. Just this type of comedy is just pointing out what happens. But he sells it. This is the kind of movie where not every joke is, like, oh, it's like, ha 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 ha, that's a great joke. It's like, yeah, this movie is consistently, like, chuckle-worthy. It's like, it has a very loose comedic feeling throughout the whole thing. But it does have some nice moments, some nice tender moments. Mostly, I'd say probably only, mostly between Paul Rudd and his daughter. She was a pretty good child actress.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I was like, yeah, this kid is cool. Like she's not annoying at all. She's funny. Like she the smile she gives, she's just like. It's at certain points in the movie, and like when she's seeing her dad Ant-Man, like 60 feet tall in the water, it's Godzilla attacking a boat. She's just like, yeah. It pans down.
Yeah.
It pans down to her doing that, and it's a funny scene.
Oh man, yeah.
And it's
she's like sitting in front of her parents, and they're looking like, what the hell is going on? What is that? And she's just sitting there like, oh,
and
yeah, I know that.
Anytime, like usually kid characters are they're just there because you need a kid. So here we have a kid, and let's just move the plot forward with this kid that you don't really care about. But it's like anytime she was on screen, it's like it's like I liked her. I liked seeing her on screen. This kid actress. It's like, especially with her and Paul Rudd together, it was, very believable father-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
And that really helped the movie, I think. And they even interrupted the plot at one point, like the exposition Lawrence Fishburne was doing while they were tied up.
Oh yeah.
He's explaining like their evil plan and why they're tied up, and they knocked him out, and then Paul Rudd gets a call from his daughter, or no, he gets a text, 911, on his phone. Lawrence Fishburne is like, no, dude, I'm not gonna give you your phone. It's like, please, it's 911. It could be an emergency, and they go back and forth a few times. And he's like, she's trying to video chat me. Please, I need to talk to my daughter. Could be an emergency. And the video chat goes up, and it's like, hey, Dad, can you help me find my ballet shoes? It's tomorrow, and I don't know where they are. And it's...
Oh, man.
It is an effective way of reminding you. It's like, he has a daughter that he is trying to protect in this movie. And it's like... that's the core drive. That, and
it reminds me of how like Arrested Development, like when it has scenes where there's like two characters interacting, and if there's like a third character, they're just start doing shit randomly, like they would normally do.
Speaking of Arrested Development, Kitty Sanchez. She plays his...
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah.
She's the secretary in Arrested Development, Kitty Sanchez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Fun
Hey.
factoid. For all you viewers out there, all you 0 viewers.
That was security. They're just driving around.
I think the biggest weakness of this movie, it does add to like its comic book charm in a way, but there's just so much of it, just all the technobabble exposition about quantum shit, and like how it's like, our resizing coils I need changing. It's like, is that work like a vape? Like you just switch out coils for it to work? It's like, what does it use coils for? It's like, okay, it's just...
I mean, they could be like also copper coils. Like, don't computers use shit like that? I don't know. I haven't built one yet.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously you can just let that stuff pass because it's a comic book movie, but just certain scenes just had so much technobabble exposition. Just like, okay, we can just like scoot this along a little bit. Like, we don't need all of it.
Yeah.
We don't need you to keep going. Like, if you're, it's like maybe make it sound a little bit more believable, especially when you're talking about quantum healing particles. Oh, this movie's dumb.
I feel like it was more targeted towards the younger audience.
Yeah.
Here's the superhero movie for the younger kids. That's more funny. You know, and keep them more entertained. Well, like all the serious shit is going on over here.
I mean, I think adults can appreciate it too, but yeah, there is stuff like the fancy southern guy, his squad. What was his name?
The fancy southern guy?
Yeah, the villain guy, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember his name.
Fuck, he was kind of funny. He mainly just there to... What was he even there for? Probably could have been cut out.
Oh, he was the part of the deal where the piece came in the first place.
Yeah, but he was also in the whole movie.
Yeah, because he thought that he was played unfairly because she didn't fulfill like the whole end of her whole end of his or of what he thought was the deal. So he was following them around the whole time trying to get the part back because she didn't do the whole thing.
Yeah, basically like the inept villain, trying to be cool. He's
trying to be
like at the
you need to pay your dues.
At the beginning of the movie, Wasp, you know, he turns on her because he wants all of their resizing tech shit. She's like, no, just give me the shit. Give me what the deal was. And he's like, no, I'm just gonna take your money. So she's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just beat up all your guys and take your shit. And then she does that, and he's still just sitting there, like, he doesn't even care. It's just all cocky, and he's just like, you just clearly lost, and you're, how many guys can you have? It's like, you're not that big. It's like, we know you're a small-time guy. It's, you don't try to play off, like, this super cocky, like, it's like, oh, I'm such a big shot villain.
Yeah.
Like, just like, we know you're small time, dude. We know. It's fine. It's fine to be upset when, like, 15 of your henchmen, like, I guess they didn't die because it's PG-13 and it's like, yeah, it's kind of kid-friendly, so they just were knocked out.
Yeah. They don't kill. No one in the Marvel DC universes kill.
The other thing I liked about this movie is that I guess she is the biggest villain for most of the movie, Ghost.
Yeah.
She has a very empathetic reason. You can empathize with her. With her motives, Ghost, because she basically just wants to live.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like, okay, she just wants her quantum particles unentangled. Some fucking bullshit like that. She's always, throughout the movie, she's always like CGI just echoes or just...
No, it's like, okay, it's like exposure shots. Like, that's how I was saying it. Like they were
flash, like a...
They were other frames.
Flash.
They recorded the same scenes multiple times and had her move different ways.
Yeah.
And they were just like doing that. It wasn't CGI. It was
like
just
blur
like
movement.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was CGI, but I mean, yeah, they probably just took composite closet for just moving random directions. That's how she moves when she's not in her suit, which she needs to help her
Stabilize.
control her entanglement levels.
Man, I wish there was more of a backstory on her as well.
Yeah, she's kind of just like, oh, it's like Hank sucks, so Lawrence Fishburne's character, he doesn't get his fair due by Hank, apparently. He had some brilliant ideas, but Hank was just like, no, you suck, I'm gonna discredit you. So It's like, oh, I have to work so hard now that I ignored safety precautions, so this girl, her gets like quantum superpowers, which means she can basically just do random shit, like fade between walls. That's her main power.
She basically can't be hurt.
She can touch a guy and make them paralyzed, make them unconscious. And doesn't she only do that like once with one guy? Like, so you can just do that, but
I feel like it's a force thing, because she did it right on his chest.
Yeah, she's like, you just touched his chest, and he's like, oh, unconscious, or dead.
Yeah, but no, because I think it's like unconscious because.
But why?
Because she has all those different
quantum energies.
Quantum energies doing the same thing at once. So you have the force of all those put into one place.
I mean, this is a dumb movie, so it just flies. You just accept it.
Yeah, you basically have to just accept science as the answer and not question how shit happens.
Comic book science.
Yep.
This movie has the funniest Stan Lee cameo.
Oh yeah.
Of all the Marvel movies I've seen, it's.
In 1960, it was all fun and games, but I'm really starting to regret it now.
Yeah,
that was fucking great.
He's about to unlock his car, and it gets tiny-fied from a random shrink ray shot, and he goes, well, the 60s were fun, but I'm paying the toll now, or I'm paying the price now. Like,
man. That was the best Stan Lee line.
Yeah.
I think so far. Oh, man.
And according to Stan Lee, people only go to see the movies because of his cameos. So, I mean, this one is really good. So, if you're one of those hundreds of thousands of people Stan Lee is talking about, the main viewers of these movies, this is definitely one you have to see.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
What haven't we talked about?
The ending? No, we talked about that.
We're all over the place, like the chronology of this movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, holy fuck. Yeah, I mean, there's not really that much to talk about this movie. It's pretty good. It
was pretty fast.
It's not anything.
A pretty fast-paced movie.
It's 2 hours, too.
It didn't feel like
it's a pretty fast 2 hours. Like, it goes by. Like, it's not.
There's no really there's no really chill areas. It's like
this is
a
movie.
Shit, something's happening, and then we kind of start going down, but something's happening again, and kind of start.
This is a movie you can nitpick, but overall, it's funny. It's consistently a funny movie throughout, which I liked. They always had a joke to keep it lighthearted.
Yeah.
And they had the comedy relief team. They had some good moments. Like when what am I thinking of? What was there? Oh no, yeah, I liked one of the scenes I really liked was the hot wheel case scene with the Hispanic comedy relief guy.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's playing like really like angelic music. It was like, oh, and he had the case of miniature real life cars that you can grow back to the regular size that are shrunk, and they look like Hot Wheels, and they're in a Hot Wheel case. And I just really related to that scene because just like I loved Hot Wheels as a kid, and it's just
Oh man.
I remember I really loved the CGI Hot Wheel movie that was like cel shaded, and me and you, were you there, or was it just me and Drake?
I think it probably was just you and Drake.
You know, me and Drake, we looked it up on YouTube, and he watched it as a kid too, and it was the worst fucking looking thing I've ever seen. It was the worst fucking CGI.
Why are there randomly people next to us?
Yeah, why did they have to park there?
What the fuck? Who's coming to the mall this late?
It's like 1 in the morning. Yeah, we saw like a 10 o'clock showing.
Wait, it's probably almost 2 now. I mean, we've been doing this.
Yeah, that was right.
Oh, damn.
So
son.
wait, what was I just talking about?
The pacing, I think.
You interrupted me. Now I can't remember. I lost my train of thought.
It started with the pacing.
Oh yeah, Hot Wheels.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Hot Wheels movie. It's CGI is dog shit. It's weird, like almost looks hand drawn, but it looks like MS Paint. They tried to draw everything in MS Paint and then give it like a 3D edge, and it looks bad.
Oh my god. Why though?
I loved it as a kid. I loved Hot Wheels because it's just the idea of like supercars. So when he was given the real life Hot Wheels case, I liked that scene. That scene was funny. Just like, oh.
So
It's like-
he was given the gift from the gods.
I love Dr. Pym. That's the last name, right? Hank Pym.
Mm-hmm.
I love Dr. Pym.
Dude, I wish it like that was real. That'd be fucking amazing.
That sizing shit is not accurate. If you things only work
On
at
things that they would be designed to work on.
no, but if you made a human, like, okay, when he goes like super huge, he wouldn't be able to walk because it's called the square cube law. Like when you increase mass, weight increases exponentially. I think something like that. So it's where the bigger you get, he's increasing exponentially, so his weight's increasing exponentially, so he couldn't.
But wouldn't he still be able to hold himself up if he's able to normally? Because as his weight increases exponentially, the amount he's able to lift would be increasing as well.
Not exponentially.
Why not? I feel like it would.
No,
Really?
that's why a lot of bugs, they only work for certain sizes, like a real life spider, like, or a giant spider couldn't work on like tiny legs because it would be too heavy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
stuff like that, like different sizes, like they have different ways they interact with physics. You know, they have to they have different like problems they have to deal with at different sizes, different evolutionary paths. I'm explaining this terribly. I'm too fucking high.
Dude, I'm starting to just like picture daddy long legs in my head. Really fucking creepy.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is the science is dumb, but obviously it's a comic book movie, so you don't care. It's dumb.
I'm glad that like the Tony Stark scenes in any movie that he's doing any science thing is like at least partially they try to partially explain it and like everything that's going on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like Tony Stark style technobabble is a lot more believable sounding than this movie's technobabble, which, because, okay, quantum style, it's just the new radiation. It's like, goo, like nuclear waste is gonna give you superpowers. It's like what quantum that's what quantum shit is now. It's like, oh, it's like quantum realm gives you quantum energy powers, like quantum healing and quantum make a person go unconscious.
It's basically the same way that the Fantastic Four got their powers.
Which, I don't know, space shit.
Space shit, molecular shit.
That's how they got their powers. So, okay, let's do final thoughts on this movie. If you like dumb comic book movies that are very comedic in nature, you will like this movie. If not, you won't.
I think that
I feel like it's pretty simple.
If you're following the Marvel movies and the Avengers phases, then if you're like me, you're gonna watch it just so that like, oh, if he's used in a movie, then I'll at least understand like what's going on. Like,
this is definitely
if he gets pulled up in another movie and they like show where he's coming from, people are gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? How did he get to that point?
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely like a sidekick movie, like a B movie, where you don't need to watch this movie to understand the greater like Marvel plot.
Is Spider-Man really a hero? Or is he more of a sidekick?
Well, he interacts with Tony Stark and stuff. He has more of like a greater plot impact.
He's like a sidekick though, to Tony Stark. He's Iron Man's sidekick.
Well, he's like his Tony Stark. Yeah, he's Tony Stark's like his mentor.
Oh man.
I mean, Ant-Man is a pretty plot inconsequential character. I mean, he does some stuff, but I mean, if he wasn't part of the Avengers, it's like, oh no, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
It's like we lost Ant-Man, okay? Like, but he has pretty entertaining movies. Like, I mean, Paul Rudd is definitely can play likable characters.
Dude, this is gonna be a lot for you to watch. 54 minutes.
Did you give your final thoughts?
Yeah, dude. If you're following the Marvel movies, you're gonna probably want to watch this one. It's still good. It's not as good as like the higher up heroes, but it's still pretty good. You don't want to be confused if he randomly shows up, because there wasn't.
I mean, I feel like
no, we didn't stay through all of the credits, so we don't know if there was a thing saying if it was going to return or not.
I know what's at the end.
Oh.
It's just a scene of a giant ant playing the drums.
I'm fine with missing that.
Yes. I sat through it the first time I watched this movie.
Oh God,
It's not.
that's disappointing.
It's not worth sitting through.
Oh,
Not worth sitting through the credits for that. Especially if you need to pee. Definitely would not recommend.
oh fuck. What would you rate this movie on whatever scale we decided to use?
It has to be different for each movie.
For each movie?
I'd say, in
Okay.
terms of a superhero movie, I'd say it's a good. Yeah, it's a sidekick movie. It's if you want like a low stakes but cool superpower movie with a superhero where it's not about like the end of the world or anything. The stakes are very personal to the characters, and if the villains get their way, it's like nothing really changes except the main characters are kind of gonna be sad for a while. Like, you know, it's a low stakes movie. I mean, most of the drama is honestly for me. I mean, yeah, there is like the mother that's trapped in the quantum realm, but that's whatever. But I liked, mainly for me, the main emotional core of this movie is Paul Rudd and his daughter.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, yeah, he has a real reason for doing some stuff, you know, because he needs to protect his daughter. So it's like, yeah, he has, well, but most of what he was doing in this movie wasn't directly protecting his daughter, but he needed to help Hank and the Wasp do all their, get their mother back with their science and quantum shit. So I'd say that's not really a rating, is it? But I'd say in terms of being a superhero movie, it's, if you want like buildings blowing up and huge fights, you're not gonna get it with this movie. So it fails in that regard. But if you want a lighthearted, joke-filled movie where you still have some emotional attachment to the characters, it's not a complete comedy, but it's comedic. I'd say it definitely succeeds at that. It's a movie you're not gonna be like sitting up late at night going like, wow, this movie was deep, I need to think about like the message this movie's saying. But if someone like mentions like Ant-Man Jr., I'm like, oh yeah, I watched that and like that was pretty good. Yeah, like it's a movie, that's a good movie. Like, you know, it's a good movie, it's worth a watch. I watched it twice. It's worth watching twice, yeah.
Dude, I can't wait until we do a movie that like we just leave the theater feeling emotionally torn.
I can't wait.
Like,
until,
I wish
I
we
can't
could have
wait.
done this with Infinity War.
I can't wait until we review a piece of shit movie that we can just tear apart.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We just be like, this movie was fucking awful, and it was not this movie, because this movie was pretty good. So.
We would start with like, we would do a hit, but like small enough that we wouldn't cough, and then we would just like sigh and be like,
this movie
was fucking, ugh, God. Or
it'll have to be a different movie.
Or we would just like stare at it and be like, dude, fuck this movie.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Well, peace or threes.
Bad boy.